And yeah, so later on, if we need to send it to your father, we can.
Sure.
Did you had the electricity cut off?
Yeah, it was very bad timing. So where I was in the north of Melbourne, they were doing maintenance, and they only sent out a message that morning. And I thought I was going to have another hour or so, but that wasn't the case. I've now had to relocate, and that's okay. I'm in a much nicer place now, anyway.
I see. You at the ocean?
Yes, yeah, I'm at the ocean.
All right, awesome. Beautiful place. All
Thank you.
right. Yeah. So last meeting, our conversation, we will talk about having some bandages and also have some self design.
Yes.
We have a look at our notes here. Adrian, that's Adrian. Thomas, yes. So we have a bandage, have the pad, have chest seal, have the vent, and also some design. So for your first order, we talk about the quantity. You talk about 1,000 set, something like that.
Yes.
Okay, so are you thinking 1,000 roll of bandage pad each?
Yeah, I think that's where I want to get to once I'm happy with, because what I'm trying to achieve, Lindy, just so you've got a better understanding. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just going to send you through the pictures and the description of the contents. Is this can you see this, or is it too bright?
It's you are very dark.
I'm very dark. Okay,
You
let me just try
need to
move.
turn the direction.
Let me just try and move. Is that a bit better?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. So what I'm trying to achieve, okay, is a product similar to this. This product, okay.
Yes.
It's called an iVac. It means individual first aid kit. Okay.
Yes.
What that means is, and this is a product that I would like to design as well. Okay.
Yes.
They look like, you know, a bit bigger than the size of a hand.
Yes.
And what it has in there is all that medical equipment I was talking to you about.
Yes.
So inside this individual first aid kit,
yes.
And it can be designed in a number of ways. So as you can see here, this is a clip, and this is much like I guess what the product you were showing me earlier was like. And from here, do you know what I mean when I say body armor?
Yes.
Yeah. So body armor they wear over their chest, okay, and they will have a couple of clips like this. This goes into the body armor. It sits on the body armor.
Yes.
And then what they can do is it has a bit of Velcro, and this would stay on the body armor. Yes. And then they can take this little emergency kit off, and then inside the emergency kit, when you unzip it and you open it up, you have you know, the emergency bandage, you have some gloves, you have a tourniquet, you have also like the chest seals that I was saying, some scissors, a pen, and a casualty card, and all of that sits in there. So if someone gets injured, okay, they have this medical kit. It's like a portable medical first aid kit for life-threatening injuries. Okay. Yeah. And so what I would like to do is not only design and develop my own medical emergency bandages. For example, what I've done here, okay, to show you is, remember this bandage?
Yes. Yes.
This bandage here?
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
And then what you can do is like a vacuum seal, make it nice and tight. And then also this big pad, you know, I was just playing around, and if you add this pad in here, like this, and it goes into like a vacuum and squashes down, what you can do
Yes.
is open this up, and then this will then open up like this. You can put this on the person, and then you can make the bandage and wrap it around the wound. Okay, so this is the kind of I guess emergency bandage that I'm trying to achieve, and put my own I guess logos and stuff on it. But I would also like to make one of these iVacs. This is another example. And inside here, you have, you know, the casualty card, like I said, with a pen, some trauma shears, which would sit here. This is the hyphen chest seal, so that for the gunshot wound that goes on the chest. So you can open this potentially up, and then there's other compartments, and also for like the tourniquet, which, you know, you obviously just put on your arm like this. And then you can put around, and then you can turn this, and this can stop the bleeding. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm trying to achieve. I think it just might help you a little bit if I demonstrate and show you some of the products that I'm looking to seek to put in this item, because as you probably know, even if it takes a while to design an emergency dressing bandage, you know, maybe we design this first, you know, like the pouch, and then I can start selling the pouch first. So, you know, I don't have to wait for all of the pieces of equipment to come together. You know, I can, you know, if we work on a pouch first, and then I can order 1,000 of these, then great. Then we can work on the bandage, and then we can work on the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
You and I are the same thinking, right?
Yeah.
Because once you created your own brand, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, any fashion brand, they continue to have new season, new product.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
continue to improve your product. Similar thing, like, you know, we mentioned about this product, right? At the
Yes.
beginning, all they have is very simple, basic style. And
Yeah.
later on, they created, you know, much more fashionable one, as you can see,
Yeah.
like this one. And then the
Yeah.
new thing, new design continue. And then
Yeah.
more customer because like one, and then buy more. Okay. So now
Yeah.
they have 20 different design. But
Yeah.
you know, to make it successful is not to say to have too many at the one go. It's probably just you know, have one or two innovation at a time and continue improvement. Okay, that's a great idea. All right, I like the concept. So what I am going to do is I'm going to have my colleague Priya.
Hey, how are you, Tom?
She's
Hi, very well. How are you?
Yeah, she's going to give you a little bit background about our company, what we do, and then
Sure.
also explain to you the process of how, like, our 3-stage process, and then I will then design a solution to help you see how are we going to take over your project and how much it's going to be, and also answer any questions and concerns you may have. And if you are ready to start, and we can get your project on board. How does that sound?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Yeah.
Great. All right. So I like okay, Priya.
So Tom, we just shared our screen with you. Can you see that?
Yep. Doing business in China. Got it.
Perfect. Now, Tom, we've been in the industry for 17 years, and Lindy is the main person. So she's the CEO who started this as well. So we source the products directly from multiple suppliers, as you heard this morning when you were with Clive as well. And so we have a team here in Brisbane. In fact, it's located here in West End. And we also have a supplier all the way in China as well, who also part of the business as well. So the other thing that we do is not only do we source the project, so what you're specifically looking for, we can also help with like the product management, so the assurance in terms of quality, as well as the assurance of the supplier, making sure that they're the right fit for you as well, and also making sure that the material and product that you're looking for is exactly suitable. So we offer a sample, as we were talking about this morning, where you can have a look, just like we have for the last customer that you saw the products for as well. So what we'll do is I'm just going to go down. We're just going to talk a little bit more about like the more nitty gritty details about the research and tender. So that's understanding like not only what you're looking at trying to achieve, but also like trying to understand like there is a process that we actually take in finding those products for you and the service that we offer as well.
Yeah.
As you can see here, one thing about us, if your product is $5, you pay $5, okay? You pay us a separate fee for service. Everything is transparent. We are independent. We are your sourcing project manager. We work solely for you. We don't buy and sell the products. We don't take any commission from the supplier. So we help our customer import from buttons to bulldozers, whatever you want. We have probably more than 30,000 supplier our database. We have been achieving like many awards, as you can see. If you have the back of my wall, and it's all of them. And not only the wall, and it's a lot. Okay, we won many different awards. We have received many mentions in the media. If you search my name and China Direct Sourcing on Google, page 1, 2, 3 is all about us. So we service probably over 2,000 clients all over in Australia, and our China network covers 36 major cities. Okay, so I hand over to Priya to share the 3 stages of importing process.
Yeah, so Tom, because you're actually looking at a specific market, because you are designing as well, we actually offer 3 stages. So the first stage would be as you can see, the research tender, which is where we get the product specifications, and then we go to the supplier, and we will actually not only research, but locate like the qualified suitable suppliers for the product that you're looking for. We'll prepare the request for the quote. We'll contact the supplier, would also obtain quotes and evaluate the offers, shortlist the appropriate suppliers, which is really important, and then prepare reports. So that will then result in the supply summary report, the quote comparison report, the land investment analysis, which means that how to get it here as well. And we'll email the whole information between ourselves and the supplier as well to you. So we make sure that we take care of all the hard work in terms of trying to get that to you, and then we try and streamline it. So then for you, you're looking at not only like the costs associated, and as Lindy said, you know, we don't necessarily take the commission. What we do is we actually quote for an upfront cost to actually source a product for you, and it's all branded for you as well, because it looks like as you said, you did the training, but you also want to do that for the police, and it sounds like because you're velcroing, it looks like you want to brand that yourself. Is that correct?
Oh, yes and no. Like I think I mean, yes, essentially I do. That's correct. Yeah, in a nutshell, yes.
Yeah. Well, and so then after we
when I think of branding, I think of, you know, something that's in your face and you know, it's really you know when it's being worn, who it's by, but I'm thinking in my head I needed you know, a little bit more subtler than that. But anyway, that's getting off topic now. Keep going.
No, I'm glad that you, as you said off the top, it sounds like you've got an idea, and we actually want to get as much information from you, because at the end of the day, this is your product. So we want to deliver what you are looking for. And if you've got some ideas, we actually want to hear them, because we want to deliver, as you know, if you've got a dream, we want to make it happen for you as well. So the next step of this would actually be the product management. So I'll just pull that up for you so you can have note.
Okay, so for research and tender, as you can see, you get to see the supply summary report with all the supplies details, and then the quote comparison is like an apple to apple comparison, because we contact more than 30 suppliers in this category. Through quote comparison, you can really get to see the fair market price, you have a negotiation power, you have a backup plan. Not only that, this is one case study, as you can see, for the cardboard boxes. The international price is 26,000, good international price is 13,000, and the local price is 5,800. So you really get to see the vast you know, price range for your product. Not only that, this is one example we did for a Mamino ice cream. His packaging is 33 cents in Australia. Okay, he found an agent, quoted him 11 cents. He's very happy because he's 60% saving, and yet Austrade referred him to us. We were able to identify exact manufacturer him at 5 cents.
Yeah.
So the saving from the agent is about 36,000 and the saving from China is 168,000.
Yeah.
So for stage one, you also get the landed cost analysis, which means that, you know, we will work out the freight, insurance, custom duty, custom GST, clearing agent charges, cartage from the port, and the landed cost. So you know exactly how much it's going to cost you land at your door. If you
Yep.
intend to sell them, okay, what's your profit margin? We can help you work out that. Exactly. The stage one sets a solid foundation for your business to be success.
Yep.
Okay, so do you have any questions so far with stage one research and tender?
No, that's all pretty straightforward stuff, right?
Perfect. Okay, then we move to stage 2A sampling. Come to the sampling. We will then, if you have some sample, you can send it to us. We can arrange the sample to shortlist the supplier. And then we have an office in China. We have an office in Brisbane. We will organize, you know, the supplier sending back to you. And until you're 80% happy, we move to stage 2B, purchase the negotiation. In this purchase order negotiation, we would draft the purchase order, send it to you for your approval. Once you approved it, we translate it in Chinese, negotiate on your behalf. The purchase order will contain the quality control procedure, term of payments, intellectual property ownership. If you designed the things, you want to protect it, and the packaging requirement. You probably want it to be like retail ready. So therefore, how the design with your logo, with your barcode, with your packaging instruction, everything need to be like, you know, ready for retail.
Yeah.
And then quality issue, delivery delay, dispute resolution, everything will be included in your purchase order negotiation. Then we move to the next stage, which is production and delivery management. In stage 3, we will place the purchase order, arrange the payment, monitor the progress, organize the delivery, organize custom clearance, deliver to your door.
Yep.
So then depends on your product, and then we have different inspection options, such as during production inspection or pre-shipping inspection. So it really depends on the sampling stage, how that look like, and we will give you a different recommendation. So far, Tom, do you have any questions regarding stage 1, 2, 3?
Not right at this moment. No, I'm just soaking in all the information that you're presenting.
Sure. Okay. So now let's talk about the money. In your project, research and tender, for research and tender, we basically contact more than 30 supplier. You get the supply summary report, food comparison report, fair market price, negotiation power, backup plan, landed cost analysis. It usually vary from 2,997 to 4,997 plus the GST. In your project, it probably go into 4,997 plus GST. Okay, that is for stage 1 research and tender.
Yep.
Okay, so after that, come to sampling. Sampling stage will vary from 1,897 to 4,897. At the end of stage 1 research and tender, you and I and the project officer, we will have a stage 1 completion meeting. We will sit down, we will go through all the results, and we review all the results and do analysis and come back with a couple of different strategy. Depends on the strategy you taken, such as taking 1 sample, 2 samples, 3 samples from 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and from different supplier. Then we can, determine, give you a quote on the spot, such as, exactly how much it's going to be, right? But you have a ballpark figure, 1,897 to 4,897.
Yeah.
So purchase order is straightforward, 1,650 per manufacturer, okay? And then stage 3, production and delivery management is 1,550 plus 10% of cost of goods at factory door. And the product inspection is 2,200 plus GST per inspection. So if we have a look at it, the investment option in a nutshell, stage 1, 2A, 2B are all one-off. Once it's done, it's done. You have quality, reliable, long-term supplier you can work with. And stage 3 is the only thing it will reoccur when you reorder. So literally, we became your procurement department. We just look after the manufacturing side, and you focus on sales and marketing, promotion, talking to your customer, selling B2B, selling to the stockist.
Yeah.
So do you have any questions so far, Tom?
Just want you to clarify for me. So hypothetically, let's say I go forward with designing or procuring a manufacturer to come up with an iVac, so something like this that I want to design.
Yeah.
I appreciate the figures that you have in front of me, but then let's say that I move on to the next product and I'm ready to design my own emergency dressing bandage. Where does I feel like that process needs to recommence and start again, because it could be with a completely different manufacturer. So I'd be incurring the cost from, stage 1 again.
Okay, that's a great question. So it really depends on when you start to do the second round, is that current supplier are capable of
That's
doing
right.
your products? If it's not, then yes, we have to start research and tender again. If they are capable of, you only doing the sampling.
Well, yeah, well, that's why it's very important that, that I convey to, say, for example, to yourselves, what it is I'm trying to achieve. It doesn't all obviously have to happen in one go, but knowing what my end goal is very important. So I can go to a manufacturer that hopefully is capable of doing all of that.
No, Thomas, no. That's not the way it should be.
Okay.
Yeah, to a degree, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking, but actually it's not necessarily the best option. So the best scenario is identify the most suitable supplier for your existing project. And but also with the capacity to see whether they have capacity to grow with you. Okay.
Yeah.
However, depends on the nature of your products and your request. Sometimes just by nature, they are not necessary. And for example, some of my, I give you an example here. Okay. So if you have a look at it here. So if you have a look at my screen, you see a product called Picnic Season.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a client of mine. She has an idea very similar like you.
Yeah.
She bought the painting from Aboriginal artist, right?
Yeah.
She turned into a big picnic rock.
Yeah.
And we did a research and tender, we did the sampling, we did the purchase the negotiation for her.
Yeah.
And landed at a door less than $50. She's selling $200, right?
Yeah.
So we did for this one and also the small rock, big rock. And then come to the basket. So you naturally would think, oh, the picnic basket, the picnic rock, people will do the basket. No, because it's aluminum product and used with the fabric. So we deliver the fabric to another factory and, find another factory to do it for her. And not only that, you can see now she has not only one design. At the beginning, when she first come to us 3 years ago, I also mentored her. And now she have 20 different design.
Yeah.
She bought 20 different patterns from the Aboriginal artists. And she became the Aboriginal culture's ambassador. So in that way, as you can see, once you grow bigger, sometimes, remember when we did research in tender, there is we contacted probably more than 30 suppliers in the category, and you always have some shortlisted supplier. You always have a backup plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone maybe they will be in the industry doing the first aid kit, may not be suitable for currently what you're looking for, but when you come to the second product, they may be.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. And so even if you have to recommence stage 1 research and tender, it will be worthwhile because the cost saving and the size of the project will validate it's feasible.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And
Yep.
you probably feel more confident if we actually did a research and tender for each project, because then you really get to see the fair market price rather than rely on one supplier only to quote you over and over again.
Yeah. Are you going to be, because there was a few figures that you've shown me now. I need to present these to Clive because he takes care of a lot of the finances. Are you going to be able to either send me a recording of this session or some of the figures that you're showing me now? Is that going to be possible?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
I will summarize everything I said in writing.
Perfect.
Then I will send this recording to you, and I will also send this email to Clive if you want me to.
Sure.
So basically, okay, before I move to next step, do you have any other question, Tom?
No, that's it at the moment.
Okay, so in that scenario, if you can see the value of using our services and you felt you can trust us, what we recommend would be only do baby step. Okay, just do stage 1 first. Stage 1 research and tender. For stage 1 research and tender, I would need your new account application form, the detailed product specs, which will give you a template. And then you put 1,000 there, or maybe MOQ there. And with 4,997 plus the GST, you can either pay by EFT or pay by credit card. Which way do you prefer?
Either or doesn't bother me at this point. But you've given me a lot to think about. I mean, I'm still at the stage talking to the research and development guys about the best way, because after having this discussion with you, I need to come up with a good solid prototype, I think, for the iVac, which is something that would contain all of this equipment. And I think that would be the very first product that I go to try and source. But before any of that occurs, I need to come up with a design with the research team to present to you, exactly what we're after. And then once I've done that, we can have further discussions, I think.
Sure. So in that case, how soon do you think that will happen? How long will that take?
I do not know at this stage. It just depends on availability within the team, and it's stretched at the moment. So the whole purpose of me engaging with you today is to find out what the options are for us moving forward. But it's been very informative, and it's been a great step. So now we've got a really good understanding of what needs to occur for us to start getting products sourced and up on the website for sale, essentially. So how long does it typically take once we present you with an idea and then you start coming back to us with short listings of the manufacturers and the pricings? How long does that typically take?
Stage 1 research and tender usually takes 6 weeks.
6 weeks, okay.
Yeah, and that's only research and tender. So depends on how soon you want to get this project done.
Yeah.
I would suggest you actually get us engaged ASAP, because even working with your design team, sometimes when we come on board, we can make this process much simpler rather than your design team trying to close the door and thinking of something. So we have a system what we call the pictorial. So-called pictorial is you come back to me with A, B, C, D, E. All right. So-called A, B, C, D, E is okay. The number 1 item, I like 1 item's A. I like B, like item 2 B. I like item C's D, etc., etc. So you use those combination, and then we can pull up on a specification. As long as our project officer understand what you require from the specification, you don't have to reinvent the wheel for everything.
No, but it's going to be in our best interest to discuss these, products or potential products further, because our market will largely be someone like law enforcement, and if it's something that law enforcement aren't going to be interested in, well, it's just going to be a bit of a waste of time us coming up with what we think we would like based on our previous experience, if it's not something that Victoria Police is going to want to purchase. So we need to be quite certain that what we're coming to you with and asking for you to source is going to be something that piques the interest of Victoria Police.
Perfect. Yeah, that's what we call a product market fit.
Well, yeah, that's right.
That's great. So in that scenario, how soon do you want to, what I can do is from now until, let's say, 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time, we can design another session to say onboarding meeting. Do you want that time frame to be 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Let me have a chat to some other people first, and then I will reach back out to you. I've been really impressed with what you've shown me so far, and this is the first engagement that we've had with going down and exploring this avenue of procuring products. So I'll be pretty hard pressed if we find someone else that's been this informative and this easy to deal with. So like I said, we've been really impressed with the presentation and your level of engagement. So just leave it with me, and I'll be sure to reach out to you in the coming weeks.
Sure, no problem. I will then leave that to you. Just to give you a little bit of background, Kate is located in Victoria as well, and now her business is like 6 or 7 million revenue.
That's perfect. That's amazing.
Yeah, and you see, this is actually her order is on my table. You have a look. Yes, this is her order in 1 quarter, 267,000 US dollar for 1 quarter.
You've got to be happy with that.
Well, she is happy. I mentored her and to grow, and then she, not only her, you see, we have another customer. Let me see here. You saw this one. This is our customer as well. They are located in Sydney. You can see the perfume oil.
Yep.
Okay, so as you can see here, we actually helped them, did everything like research and tender, sampling, purchase order negotiation, production delivery management for all their packaging. Okay, and landed here less than $5. This is how much they sell. Okay, and look at how she has 470 stockists in 3 years time, and now her revenue is about over $9 or $10 million.
Well, that's a good goal to have.
Well, that's because they started very similar like you, have an idea, have some concept and coming to us, and I say, well, look, if you want the success, you need to do things properly. Okay,
that's right.
You need to structure, you need to have a system. You do not rely on things on luck. You just go to Alibaba, find a supplier. It's purely rely on luck. Okay, I think success rely on system produce results, and that's why we present our customer our methodology, how we do things, the logic behind it, and then we explain to you how we can be successful. And then the moment when you engage us, we structure the whole system, and to support you, you just focus on sales, marketing, promotion, product market fit. We look after the whole procurement.
Yeah, no, that seems and sounds extremely reasonable, and that's exactly what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to not pretend that we're experts in marketing or design or procurement. So we need to outsource this because you're right. You'd be, I think, just dragging things out, maybe spending more money, more time when it can be focused elsewhere. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to look for, specialists, I suppose, in the field to take some of the burden off of us so we can concentrate on delivering the products that we offer and, sell what we believe to be good quality and, just reliable. So, yeah, thank you for your time and again, the presentation. It's been really informative and really helpful, and it's a great step forward for me to take this information into the areas that it needs to go to, and we'll like I said, we'll have chats in the weeks to come, and hopefully when we chat next, it can be on the design that we're after, and we can take the next step together.
Sure, we are ready when you are. Okay.
Okay.
And I expect a phone call from you guys about 2 weeks time.
Yes, I'll make sure that I get in contact with you shortly. Can you
No
please
worries.
send me through the information you covered off today so I can not be relying on my short-term memory difficulties with making sure that I'm accurate with the figures?
No problem. I will summarize everything I said in writing. Okay, so you have everything at your hand, ready to start when you are ready. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time, ladies.
No worries. Okay. Bye, Tom.
Okay. Bye-bye.